What's up? This is Attila, and today I'm going to be talking about something extremely special that happened to me not too long ago. I have a phone with me only at the moment. I'm working on getting a microphone and installing into the system and just have better audio like that. So let's get started. I guess the best place to start this story at would be last year in May when Pantera played 2 shows in Budapest, my hometown, where I ended up meeting all the members and the crew members, and among them, of course, Grady, whom I talked to quite a lot after their second show days. And soon after the show, I reached out to him, wondering whether Rita will ever do again those Ride for Dime, I think that was the name how it ran, that used to take place around Dime's birthday in August, the 20th, at the Fortress, which I actually was invited to before, after the 2020 Dime Bash by Rita herself. But of course, then the pandemic hit, so it never really happened. So I asked Grady if he thinks that she will ever do this again, because in all honesty, up until this point, visiting the Fortress to me has been like the #1 place that I wanted to visit. I do not have too much stuff on my bucket list. I don't know, I never really had, but this one definitely has been there forever. And so I told him that that's my Mecca. I was wondering if there's any chance that Rita is doing it again. And basically he said that whenever I'm in Dallas, I got you. That's what he wrote to me. So we started a conversation on when would be the proper time to me to visit the States and Arlington, Texas. And that ended up being in November, which was kind of lucky because originally I was gonna go a few weeks earlier, but he ended up getting a call for a gig. So I postponed my flight, and lucky me, because at that time, Rita was touring with some of the most iconic Dimebag guitars, so they weren't even home. And then I ended up going the perfect time when she just got back from those tours. So anyways, we found a date. I flew first to Los Angeles to some friends. Hi, Stephanie and Chris. The next day, I flew to Dallas. I spent the night in a hotel room, and the next morning, we were gonna meet. And I remember it's a little weird detail, but to me it feels very important to share. I was getting ready for the meeting, but I was still in the bathtub, super stoked and anxious about the meeting. I couldn't really sleep too much the day before. I was so excited. So I had the phone right next to me by the bathtub, waiting for Grady to call or reach out. And then I got a text from him saying that he's gonna pick me up around 12. I'm telling this because that was a moment for me when I realized how lucky I am, fulfilling one of the biggest dreams of my life. And all that thanks to the kindness and the thoughtfulness of a person like Grady. And also just an extra note that I was told that Rita was gonna go back to Los Angeles the day before. So she wasn't even gonna be there, but then, and that's what I was told, when she heard that I'm coming, she extended her stay and she stayed there so that I could see all the guitars and get a proper ride. So it was just a very important moment for me, where I felt really grateful for my life and how lucky I am. Yes, and then noon came and Grady picked me up and he took me to a place which he liked, to have breakfast. We immediately, I think, vibed pretty well, and it was a very natural, like a regular, normal talk. I don't know, it was just, I don't know, it's very emotional. The way I felt during the time that I spent with him, it was like if we've known each other for years and be friends for years. And I guess this completely fits to how you would expect feel to be around Pantera and Pantera members and crew members. In my personal experience, when I was 11 and first heard Pantera, and then later on watched the Watch It Go videos and all the home videos, probably a little too early. I always used to feel like if they were brothers to me, and not only the members, but all the other the crew members, the crew from hell. So yeah, it was a very warm and loving vibe that I get. Yeah, so we had a nice breakfast, and then he took me and showed me around in the city, the more interesting and touristy kind of stuff. Oops. Which was also great to see where they come from and what is important for them. And then he took me to one of the storage rooms where they still keep some of the cabinets and the grills for the cabinets. I'm gonna post like a short video of that. And then we went to another storage room where there were some amplifiers, some heads that they were using both live and the studio. And also he gave me some memorabilia and some of his own t-shirts that he used to wear during the tours. Like this one. It's, I don't know, I guess it's from 90 or 91 probably. An original one that he used to wear. It's ridiculous. This t-shirt has been one of my favorites that I've always wanted to have. We also talked about, I asked him about how they used to set up the amps, what frequencies they were pushing or scooping it out. I'm also gonna post that in another video, which was very useful and important. And then we went to the cemetery, which of course was very moving and touching. And for me to share that moment with him there, it was very special. I didn't make any photos because I wanted to keep to myself. And at this point, I have to admit that unfortunately, I didn't make too many photos at the Fortress or in the storage rooms. I did a few, and Grady was super cool enough to make some while I was holding the guitars. These are the ones that I'm going to show very soon now. I have to work on this. It feels still very unnatural, and I get anxious when I have to take out the phone and make photos, which I end up regretting after. And I wanted to share more with you on this experience, but not from the cemetery. So we spent some time there, and then we went to the Fortress. We spent quite a few hours there, and in between checking out the guitars, which I'm gonna talk about very, very soon, we also went to this place that used to be Dime's favorite restaurant, or at least one of his favorite restaurants, which is called Campo Verde. It's a Mexican restaurant, which its design heavily influenced how they decorated their own house, the Fortress, as you can see in a picture here somewhere. That was another just great and fun experience. Then we went back and checked out some of the guitars that I wanted to see. I have to admit, there was so many guitars that it took, I don't know how much time just to go through those that I really wanted to see. I literally saw all the guitars that I have wanted to see in my life, and I get to touch them, and yeah, it was ridiculous, but there was no more if I really wanted to push it, we would be still there, because if it's up to Grady, he wanted to give me the full experience. So yeah, I cannot thank him enough for this. Okay, so let's talk about the guitars. Let's see the first one. Yep, so forgive my face, it looks very happy, I would think, and also just overwhelmed. This is not the Volkswagen slime, as you probably noticed. This is the one that you could actually see in one of the promo photos of the Dimeslime guitars. And it also, I think it's the one that you can see in the Watch It Go videos when he plays. I think it's part of the fucking Hostile solo. And the way you could also tell this in person is in the back where the strings are. You can still see this part of that slime that was put on the guitars and dime in that tub. I was thinking about talking about a little bit of the necks and how they felt, because I haven't seen videos that would really go into details. This one was one of the slimmer ones with a little more pronounced V, not super V, but definitely a V neck. Very sporty compared to some of the other ones. And most, if not all, the guitars were so much lighter. I have a USA Dimebolt, the flamed bolt, which weighs, I think, a little more than most of these. So let's see the next one. Yeah, one of my favorite guitars of dimes and of all, the Trendkill Guitar. I really, really wanted to see this. And again, if I would have come 2 weeks earlier, as I originally was gonna go, I would have missed this one because this was on tour. Lucky me. The paint job I really wanted to see up close. I didn't make any close-up pictures, unfortunately, because I'm such an ass like that. The gloss, the lacquer that they put on for these paint jobs, they were not as glossy and they didn't feel as slippery as some of the other glossier ones. The neck was very slim, like the Dimeslime that I just showed. Pretty pronounced V shape. Let's see another. I think it's another photo of this guitar. Yeah, the back. I love this finish. This is amazing. Ah, don't hate me. It's insane. I also got this one to see. So the Primal Concrete Sledge guitar, I was super, super curious about. This one was one of the heaviest ones, if not the heaviest. And also the neck was wider and thicker than most, and it was more of a D shape and not a V shape, which was kind of unexpected to me, because somewhere I read that this was a fave of Dime regarding when it comes to the neck. But it's my assumption and my guess that it's probably due to the fact that they put the neck on it. They put this together, and I think it was more of a romantic relationship. Like he was probably super proud of himself that he found the neck and that they could put it on to a guitar. I would have been super proud of myself. But it was not the most comfortable to me, which is super subjective. Let's go on. Yes, one of the first Blackjacks. A slimmer side of the necks, this one had, not too wide. Texas sticker and then the black tooth and then the Preto paint jobs on the sides. Yeah, super cool. Okay. It's just a photo of me sitting like this chair is like in front of the main door. I looked around a little bit and I could have do more of a tour there, but I really wanted to see the guitars, and we spent so much time just going through the guitars that I didn't go into full detail of the house itself. Maybe for next time would be a nice thing to do. But yeah, we took this picture real quick there. Yes. I think this one is the #1 prototype of the Southern Cross. I really wanted to see this as well. What was special and unique about this to me? Again, the finish on it. It was more of like, it felt like if it was polished. It's almost like a satin guitar all the way through, like the body, the neck, everything. Again, super light. It felt great. The neck was thinner, more pronounced V again. Okay, let's see the next one. Yeah, the snakeskin. Yeah, this is the one that obviously he used mainly in sandblasted skin, and I believe also sometimes for Primal Concrete Sledge. I think the neck was very similar. Again, like the not super slim, but slimmer than some of the Washburns and Deans out there. Also a little less gloss on it, but definitely more than on the Southern Cross. It's a fun guitar. I'm happy on this picture and all on the pictures. I'm also very tired. Yes, the Hammer, yes. Again, another, for the more die-hard fans, I think it's an iconic guitar, which Dime and Grady loved a lot, and apparently they did not end it up with the Hohner because Hohner didn't want to change the headstock to the V, and that was a no-go. Which now looking back makes this guitar very special and very unique, but I think it was the obvious choice. The neck of this one was more rounded and definitely wider. The lacquer on the gloss finish on this was one of the best, I think. I really wish we could check out how they sounded and compare them, but for another time maybe. There was no possibilities for that. Let's move on. Yeah, I really loved this guitar. Although I have probably only seen maybe 1 or 2 pictures of them using this one. What is very special about this, and what you can probably not see because I'm an idiot and didn't take a photo of it, is that the neck of this one used to belong to the one that they used for the I'm Broken video shot, the bullet hole guitar that during the video shot fall apart. Like this. This is the guitar with the shark sticker or maybe paint job, probably paint job. And those are real holes, probably caused the guitar's destiny, which was this. But yeah, again, they put the neck, the original neck of this one to this guitar. This was probably the most pronounced V shape out of all that I tried, which I really, really liked. It was not a wide, it's a thin or slim neck, but more of a thicker V shape, which to my hands, this one felt really, really, really nice. The super slim ones are not necessarily my favorites. I like those as well. I just need some time to get used to those. I have a Blackjack 333. Now I'm talking about my guitars, but maybe for comparison, it's interesting. So that one is super slim, and that reminded me for most of Dimebag's favorite guitars. And it always takes a few minutes for me to get used to. But once I got used to them, I really like them. But this one was instantly a fit for my taste. And also the neck was shaved, so it was really just natural wood on it, which felt super good. Also, the guitar weighed a lot. It was one of the heaviest ones. Yes! Another, I guess, iconic guitar. It felt actually quite surprisingly well. There was no gloss on it. It was super natural, like half quarter finished, abused by Dime and Bobby. But it's a super fun guitar. I really wish they would make this one at some point with some brand. It would be fun. Yeah, that's Rita's cat using me as a ladder or a step while I'm holding one of the other Blackjacks, the Blacktooth guitars, which was again felt super comfortable, slim but not the most slim pronounced neck. This one weighs a little more, and I think it's due to the fact that some of them had more gloss and finish on it, and most of them have less than my guitar, or this one in particular. This one I've only seen in one picture that's been around forever on the internet, and apparently they used to use this guitar for Planet Caravan, because this one has a piezzo in it, which is really cool. And up close, the finish, the wood on it, it looks really ridiculous. It's one of those like a boutique Dimebag guitars, I think. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is a funny one. The next picture will show how weird looking the lightning bolts are. If I remember correctly, it was one of the, if not the first one, that Dean made for Dime to have like a backup, the Dean from Hell. As it was already mentioned in Ola's video, it really had a bulkier and more rounded neck compared to the others, and also the guitar weighted much more. Oh yeah, I've never seen this one, so I really wanted to show you guys this. I don't know, I've never seen these, not even on eBay or over the years or anywhere. And there's one more that's like this, which is this. This is amazing. It's a less shinier one. I don't know, for some reason, I really like this one also. It's just simple, ready to go. This is awesome. The wiring. And what's really fun about this, well, the fact that it is like that it was done by Dime, because the case says Washburn D3 Brown Mahogany. What the fuck, wiring by Dime? Apparently he was doing some wirings this way, getting the job done. Come on, go up. It's ridiculous. Oh shit. Yes. I've never seen before. I love the culprits. And this tobacco burst culprit. Oh my God. What the hell? This is amazing. The neck of it. Well, first of all, some of the culprits are USA made and not imported, like the 52 of each, the black and the red ones that are out there. I got one. This one had a very pronounced V-neck, a little thicker, perfect for my hands. Also had the volute on the neck, not the diamond volute, which the volutes are also much smaller on most of dime guitars, especially the earlier ones. After the 2000s, they got bigger, or close to the 2000s. This one had a more regular shaped volute. But I mean, look at this guitar. It's insane. I guess Dime was really happy about it. There's an Ace Frehley signature all over the guitar. Just like, come on, why not on the back? But still, it's how badass it really is. And if you can see, the edges of these culprits and the ones that you are about to see, they're less rounded compared to the imported versions. Yeah, this is an import prototype that they made. This is a black one, and the next one is so cool. And I've seen it maybe once, on the internet. The neon one. I love this guitar. Although there is one thing, these are prototypes that obviously never ended up out in the markets. If you check around the higher frets, it goes way much more into the body. So the access is pretty bad for this one. The ones that ended up being a production model, like that limited run of 52s, each, the black and the red, they are super cool, and they have great access to them. So yeah, but this was just a prototype, although a cool looking one. Yeah, I think this one was the first USA prototype. Again, as you can see here, it's much sharper than the ones that ended up being in the production model. This also had V-shaped neck, USA made, volute, everything. Yes, the culprit. This is the one. I don't know, for some reason, even with this ridiculous beer opener, but I've always loved the culprit. So much so that I've always wanted one. I used to go after this for years, and I got it, I don't know, 2000 or 9, 10. This is an amazing guitar. Again, this one is a USA made, has a volute, and it has a very pronounced V-shape neck, gloss finish, not sticky at all. It felt really good. And what's different, again, compared to the imported ones, is that it's, again, much sharper on the edges, especially on the top where the neck is. The binding on this is a little thicker, like it comes through the body a lot more, comes onto the fretboard a lot more compared to the import versions. And to be honest, from very close, this much of white binding on all guitars look, I don't know, cheap is not probably the best word to describe it, but for some reason it does. But from a distance, like from 1 meter, or I don't know how much is that in US, 3 feet or whatever, it already looks cool. You kind of need that distance, but I think for a stage look, this is a great thing to do, and I'm all for it. Yeah, it's just a picture of the back of it. Yeah, really nice. Okay, let's see the next one. Oh yeah, this is some other designs by Dimebag that never really end up being made for public. I mean, I kind of like it. Maybe if there wasn't a culprit, it would have been more rock. And then there's, I did not expect this one. Again, there's a lot more details about this guitar in Ola's video. But yeah, just if you check, the knobs are so close to each other and they're tiny. The whole guitar is tiny, but still big. I don't know. It's just weird. The pickups are super close. This is wrong on almost every level. Probably it's wrong on every level. Yes. The shark culprit guitar. Yeah, it's I guess it was good for fun, but never ended up on the production. Look at that headstock. It's ridiculous. Not one of best Dimes designs, I guess. Okay. So there was this Dean laying around naked without the case, so I had to touch it. Yeah, this is an older, I guess early 80s, very pronounced neck, a little heavier, a beautiful guitar, like that aged super well and was in a great condition. Oh yeah, this is also something that I wanted to see because this has 24 frets. I don't know if many of you have noticed, but it does. Very few of Dimes guitars had 24 frets. One was the primal concrete Sledge guitar, one was this. And then later, during the Damageplan days, I saw the blue stealth guitar that was a flamed maple top that had 24 frets. And I think they also broke that one. I don't know what happened to that. Also, not many songs obviously needed 24 frets, but there's the title track of the great Southern Trendkill was definitely played on a 24 fret. Art of Shredding from the Cowboys from Hell album is also played on a 24 fret. You really need that for the solos. So yeah, this guitar I really wanted to see. I don't know who made this for Dime. It's not a Dean. As you can see on the headstock, it says Dime. It felt very different compared to the others regarding the weight, the neck, the feel. It was just different. Okay, let's move on. Come on. Oh, yes. This is the one. Oh, so I'm gonna talk about this guitar in another video. Sorry. Very intense this guitar was. Yeah. Okay, so this is one from the Damageplan era that says on this wing Damageplan. A fun looking stealth. Yeah, the backs, the other neck, I didn't know that says come on, which is pretty cool. Okay, I really wanted to see this guitar. This was also from the Damageplan era. And for some reason, I really like, and I've never really been too much into the, I mean, I love the camouflage outfits and whatnot, but it's just not my to-go thing. But with these guitars, I don't know, it's just something that I always love about them. And this guitar was, of course, a USA custom-made guitar, more thicker neck, very pronounced V shape, which I really liked. So it felt really good. This is the back of the headstock. And as you can see, and as you know, on the Deans, it's not the diamond-shaped volute anymore, which I really, really thought it was super special with Washburn, but this is a more traditional way. Yeah, and this one, the broken glass one from the Damageplan videos and that era. I didn't know that it was actually real mirror that was put on the guitar and that they broke like that. So it felt very weird to have that mirror on the top. Of course, it's very hard to keep it clean, but it's a cool looking guitar. Oh yeah, and here we are. This is also another favorite of mine that I really, really wanted to see. And that's the Dimeslime guitar, which apparently was Dimebag's favorite Washburn as well. And I could feel why. These are such nuances and little details that probably has more meaning to the individual person. And of course, us as fans, it can also push the affection for certain guitars. But this definitely felt a little over the other ones, which were already, of course, high-end guitars. But this one was maybe a little the special one out of all. There's always like some guitars like that. And the neck on this was super slim. Not extremely pronounced V, but a solid V. Also very light, again. Not too glossy, the neck, but it didn't feel sticky at all. So it's just, yeah. I really wished we could try some of these. And I also really wished, and this is kind of sad to say, it's normal that if you leave a guitar untouched in an environment that's not ideal for keeping a guitar without using it, you know, they start to very slowly, I guess, decay or something. It's very sad. I mean, of course, you would think that it would be the best to see all these guitars in a museum. There's, of course, hundreds of thousands of Dimebag and Pantera fans. But to keep running a museum for that many people is just not realistic. So what do? I mean, it seems like it felt like a very tough call. Yeah, it was sad to see the guitars not in their best days condition. But yeah, I mean, I could imagine that how much of a monster this used to be. There's a lot of proof of it by the proper hands. So yeah, amazing guitar. Oh yeah, and then here we are. This is his number one guitar, his first ever guitar. That Les Paul copy that he had, it actually felt really good. The neck and everything, I don't remember the exact shape of the neck, but it just felt really comfortable, even though it doesn't have all the strings on it, but you can tell that it's actually a comfortable guitar. Yeah, and this is it for today. This is the last picture. It's one with Grady and me. So I mean, I don't know what really else to say. I'm super grateful for Grady and Rita for the chance for me to make a visit there in the fortress and to see and touch the guitars. It's a very special day, and there's so much joy and love that I got from them, and I can't thank them enough. And the way they keep the legacy alive is very moving and very touching. So big love to you, and thank you. I think that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed me talking about these guitars so much, but I could probably in person I could talk it for hours, but we have to end it now. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.